What the Liberal Party's advisors have got to learn is that you cannot beat cancel culture by caving in to cancel culture. You must stand up and fight it at every turn. Why? Because the attacks themselves from the woke army are the way that the left win the game. The fearful reaction and silencing that victims like the Liberal Party and corporations and celebrities have to the cancel culture accusations leveled against them are in and of themselves how the left wins. Every time someone gets scared, apologises or backs down when they really haven't said anything too bad, that moves the needle on what's acceptable discourse again. And political scientists call this shifting the Overton window. That's the window of what it's acceptable to talk about in society. And it was named after the late libertarian political scientist Joseph Overton. By making you jump at every little thing through constant scary accusations and cancel culture threats, the left shift the Overton window left and they win. Even if they're losing elections, they've still won the culture. So you've got to push back, or soon you have no way that you can debate mainstream conservative or even classical liberal positions on issues. And as soon as that happens, they've already won. And I reckon that's where we are right now in Australia. The left own the culture. And the discourse in this country is almost totally left, especially leftist feminists. That's why the Liberal Party keeps losing or having such a tough fight every single election, always saying, oh, we can't say that, we'll upset the middle voters. This is why a male politician can't stand up to a bullying, rude, obnoxious female interviewer without being called a sexist pig for standing up to her. So male politicians just have to stand there and cop it in a kind of lose-lose hell.
The opposition leader joins us live now from Adelaide. Pete, good morning to you. Conveniently, you're in the city of churches. Will you be asking for forgiveness from female voters?
I think I am today. Look, I think we've made a mistake in relation to this policy, Sarah, and I think it's important that we say that and recognise it. I think Labor's been able to get away with twisting this into something it wasn't.
Peter, this is more than that. This
Sarah,
is quite a backflip. I mean, this was one of your signature policies. If you're making this kind of a mistake during an election campaign, how can you be trusted as Prime Minister?
Wow. Peter, get back inside the Overton window that we've shifted to the left for you. Naughty boy. Who gave Sarah the false impression that anyone thinks she has the right to speak to the alternative Prime Minister of our country like that? And what's all this calling him Pete, like he's your best mate and in any way you're equal in terms of his status in our country? He's the leader of the opposition of this country. You're a young woman who reads a teleprompter for a living. It's not that hard. Even I can do it.
The public does like to hear when you make mistakes and you admit to them, right? But this is something that you could have thought about before. It was clearly not a nuanced approach, this working from home. And it really adds to the argument that you might have a problem with female voters. Obviously, you're trying to target them here. And then when you couple that with disendorsing a New South Wales Liberal candidate, Ben Britton, who made those comments about women not being in the ADF, I mean, it's not the best look for your party. It's not just the working from home that you're walking back from. It's also the public service job cuts, initially targeting 41,000 jobs. Now you're walking back from that. How will you find the billions you need for your Medicare plan?
Well, Sarah, that was always the plan, that there would be natural attrition and a hiring freeze, and that achieved over
Peter,
a 4 or 5 year period the number that we
You're
need.
saying
So
this was always the plan, but it wasn't the plan. You wanted to cut back 41 jobs. You wanted to introduce working from home. You've walked back from both of those. How can they have both always been the plan? It doesn't make sense.
Well, Sarah, you asked a question about the costing. There's no change to the costing at all, because the original plan of the natural attrition and the freezing was what we'd always had. It's the way in which Labor's contorted that into something else.
I'm going to vote for Peter Dutton just for putting up with that. But this is why you cannot, for years, refuse to stand up to woke bullying. It will not stop the bullying from media clowns like this woman. It just gets worse and worse and worse. You see, the centre has shifted massively left because of the left's very strategy of crying foul at every little breach of the woke agenda. They win the race before the race even starts. Politics is downstream of culture. So at some point, Liberal Party conservatives and centrists, my friends, you are going to have to push back on the lefties both outside and inside your own party ranks. Grow a pair, like Trump and other successful conservatives have around the world. Well, there's kind of no point even playing the game. You may have noticed if you've been overseas on holiday recently that you can log into your streaming services like Netflix or Prime in other countries, but the shows they offer are different and sometimes even better. You're paying good money for those subscription services. Why can't you watch? Well, with a virtual private network or VPN, you can log in from home here in Australia with an internet address from anywhere in the world, and big corporations and big government can't see where you are. Now, to be clear, criminals can still be actively found with police warrants, of course, but the average honest citizen will have their location protected from prying eyes of corporate marketers and government bureaucrats. If you sign up now with private internet access, we think they are the best VPN service out there. That's private internet access. As a viewer of The Other Side, you can get 83% off the price of your subscription and get online for less than $3 a month. Check it out right now. Go to piavpn.com/otherside. That's piavpn.com/otherside. It's a great service and a rock bottom price, and you're helping keep The Other Side going and growing. That was a segment from a recent episode of our fortnightly news commentary show, The Other Side, with me, Damien Curry. If you liked it, support us. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube right now so you don't miss a thing. It's totally free. Just click that subscribe button and the little bell. And check out our Other Side Unplugged show too, and join our mission to actually do something and change Aussie media for the better at othersidetv.com.au. That's othersidetv.com.au. Check it out now.